talking about, is church overrated and why are the millennials leaving? That was Rica Fann with us here. Please be sure to follow him. Look out for that YouTube link so you can see the father and son segment that they have. Now, coming to the set to join us is none other than Pastor Lula Crayon. Get it. Come on, Pastor. Yes. Did she do the banking bounce on us? Hey, Pastor Crayon.
It's wonderful to be here.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. I'm honored to have you on my set as well.
Glad to be here.
This is Bishop L. Gregory.
God bless you.
God bless you too, brother. Thank
Pastor
you.
Crayon, now go ahead and introduce who you are to the people. Tell them who you are.
I'm Pastor Lula Crayon. I'm from pastor of Spoken Word Evangelistic Church, 200B Old Liberty Road, Villa, Rica, Georgia.
All
I've
right.
been pastoring down here for this year will be my 10th pastoral appreciation.
Already?
Already.
You know, I know Pastor Crayon because she basically raised me and my mama
That's right.
in the church, honey. So,
And I was there when you had that baby.
and she was she was literally there when I had my baby. And it was something that the nurses had really not ever heard of, really, because she began to pray in the room, all up in the bed with me, telling the nurses was sitting there crying. She was in there praying in the name of Jesus because my daughter didn't want to come. She prayed her right on up out of me, y'all. It was, I remember leaning over to my daughter's father and I said, tell her to shut up. She was praying.
I went out and they talked about you had to have a C-section. I said, not
Yes,
so.
she sure
I went in
did.
the prayer room. I said, Lord, let that baby come here. You're not having no C-section.
She did, y'all.
In the name of Jesus, come forth. And Karina here today.
Honey, she came natural right on through the cocoon. Sure did. Yes, honey. Thank you so much. So, of course, I had to have you here when we talk about church because it is totally different from when I was raised and what you guys put into us, what you put into us. From children's church, you kept us busy.
Yes.
Double Dutch contest. I mean, we were everywhere, and it's totally different.
Yes.
I struggle with even my daughter finding the right church because nothing that I was raised on is in church today. So I want to ask you, we've been talking all this episode about the church being overrated. How do you feel about that?
Church is not overrated. I concur with what Bishop said earlier. I'm from a small church too. We believe in standing on the truth and the foundation. And the church is the real. And listen, if they don't want to come to church, it's because they're living their lifestyle and they don't want to come in because there's no excuse. We still offer the same Jesus. He's not changed yet.
I know that's right. Well, that's true.
He said He's the same today, tomorrow, and forevermore. The scripture says.
Well, where do we go? Where do they go? Because most of the churches here in Atlanta, anyway, are mega churches.
Well, I think, this is Cherie, as Bishop has said, and I concur, is that when I was looking and doing research on the millennials, there were certain things they want. They want you to be real, as you said.
Yes,
they want real. They want a transparency.
Yes.
We can't come to them thinking that we've never done anything.
That's
we've
right.
never been
That's true
seen.
right there.
We've never been in the world. We've never engaged in all kind of things. Yes, we were.
Yes, right.
We were sinners saved by grace.
Amen.
All right.
So we must be real. And I tell them, at number one, I keep it real.
Yes, you do.
I don't play. I keep it real.
Keep it real.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to give you the word. And if we can, and see, like he said, now we got so many things. The church want to become a theatrical. They want to become all these different things. That ain't the word. Listen, the word is the word.
It
and
is.
you try to entice people in, and you get them like, they're not going to say that. They're coming for a show. Church is not a show. You got to get this word in you. You got to live this word.
Yeah.
You got to walk and talk this word. And listen, your life will be blessed because of it. So, I mean, you can have some things that we had. We had skits, and
we did.
We had things that were biblical things that just fun in the church.
Yes.
We had all kinds of things in church. It wasn't, you have to have no show, and I don't know what all the things that they're looking for, but mainly I think they want us to be real.
Yeah.
They want us to present Jesus, not what somebody else say. Present Jesus in the right way. Tell them the death, burial, and resurrection. That Jesus died, and on the third day he rose.
Yes.
He rose that we might have eternal life.
All right.
So, you can live your lifestyle. And I pray for all those that are not saved, because I got family members that's not saved, but I pray for them, I love them, and I pray for them. And I try to always point them to the way of Christ.
To the way of Christ. That is so true what you brought up about what the youth or what the millennials are looking for. Even my daughter, we went to church and I took her to the youth service because I thought that's what she may want also. Now, this particular youth service, they play the rap songs that we hear out, the secular music in the church during the break. And so I'm thinking, well, I guess they're using that to draw the youth in. She went, and after church, I picked her up, and she was like, they was playing the same thing we listened to at school. Like, her and her cousin, they did not like it. And I was really shocked that she said, no, I mean, like, when I come to church, I want to hear the word.
That's the difference.
And I was like, wow. So I don't even know if the youth leaders are understanding that it don't take all of that to draw them in.
And then they need mentors. Well, another thing they were saying when you're reading upon the millennials, that they need, they want to have a church that has some action, but they also want somebody to, they tell you they don't want to, but they want mentors. They need mentors.
Yeah,
they need someone to show them the way, to help them to overcome things that they're going through. We're working in our small church. We have a small apostolic church, and I thank God it's comprised of my family and a few other members, what have you, but we're working with some boys that are in a project. And these young men, that one family has 4 kids, another one has 3, and their sisters. And they come from single parenting. And so they don't have any men other than their fathers, and some of them are absent always from their lives. So we try to work with them and bring them in, Bishop, try to work with them and do things with them. And and I have a Keep It Real Academy I started so that they can come in, and we work with them on self-esteem. Also, we work with them on doing their homework and things to help them to be better. And we tell them, you got to grow up to be men, and God wants you to be thus and thus and so. So we try to have the brothers and men to mentor them and to help them.
All right. Now, Bishop, you said you agreed that church is not overrated. So when it comes to losing our youth, who do, or if you think, is there blame, and who is the blame for our losing our youth?
I would say to you that it starts in the home. It's the parents.
That's right.
I mean, it's the parents who want to be their friend. You said it earlier. You're not your child's friend, you're their parent.
Right.
Children, they want order, they want discipline. Just like Rica, I said, you ain't going nowhere, he ain't going nowhere.
He ain't going nowhere.
He ain't going nowhere because he understands.
No matter how old he is,
because you have to put it in them earlier.
That's right.
And you can't play with them because you're not their friend.
That's true.
And so even in the church, we can't play with them. We got to give it to them just like it is because they want order. They want somebody to be firm. They want somebody to be stern. They really, really do. They act like they don't want it, but in a real sense, they really want it.
They do.
Because you got, like the kids you talking about, they come to her church, they probably got parents who let them do whatever they want to do. But they come to her church because they getting some discipline.
That's true. That is true.
And they get it.
So it starts in home. Yes, I know you don't play. I know she don't play.
You know firsthand.
I know firsthand. And it's all in the eyes. One good time. Get you right. So you agree that it starts in the home. That's where the blame is.
It starts in the home. It starts in, and see, when the fathers are not there, and then the parents have to work, and what happens, they're over to babysitter's house or with somebody else's house, well, they let down the guard. So they don't have any discipline. But you know, when those kids were going to church, they were at a charter school, and they asked them who they pastor was, they said, Pastor Crayon. And I tell them, I'm one black crayon that don't erase.
Hello.
Ain't that cute? Ain't that cute?
One black crayon that don't erase. Don't get it twisted.
This is who I am, okay? And I'm not going to change. So you're going to get it together.
So because you are old school, both of you are old school, y'all know what to do. I can relate. I can appreciate it. But say you have a youth coming into your church that has no structure at home, no foundation, been in and out of the system, and no respect at all.
You have to bring them in, and you have to talk with them and show them love. Then you bring them to the Bible class, you bring them to the classes on Sunday school, you talk to them. Sometimes you have to do one-on-one, and you have to spend some quality time with them. Because you can't always win. I had a little boy, I was over, at one time, I was the director over our preschool at Bible Way Church years ago. And there was a little boy that the state lady said that nobody could help this little boy. He was just horrible. But when his grandmother brought him to my class, and I became the superintendent.
Well,
he changed 24/7. I channeled the things that he did. I gave him something to do. I channeled the negative things into something positive. And I would have him be my worker and work with me. And so in the end, that he became a model citizen.
Wow.
He grew up to be a great team. And his grandparents said, I'll give it to you. I owe it all to you because of how you
took the time. You took the time.
She said a key word, showed him love.
Yeah, you said
She showed
that.
him love. I'm going to share something with you and your audience here. Most of the time, when people go to church, they hear Jesus died, resurrected, come back again, he died for our sin. But the real purpose of Jesus was coming into the world is to show us how to love.
That's right.
That's why he said the greatest commandment I leave you to learn how to love you one another.
But God so loved that he
That's
gave his only.
right. So we got to learn how to love. And we don't know. We got it twisted. We got to learn how to get back. That's what's wrong with the world today.
Yeah.
There ain't no love.
There is no love.
Yeah.
It's conditional if it is.
Yeah, it's conditional.
Yeah.
It's conditional. What you gonna do for me?
Yes. Yeah, what I'm gonna get out of this. Yes. So we're still talking about, is church overrated? And why are the millennials leaving? We're gonna come right back. Again, I'm here with Bishop Gregory Fann and Pastor Lula Crayon. Stay right there. And we're still going, hot topic, talking about church. That's right, the millennials are leaving and why. And then, is church overrated? Again, I have Bishop Gregory Fann with me and also Pastor Lula Crayon. You guys have been great. I appreciate the wisdom. It is in the building, truly in the building. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Now, before we move on to our topic, we sat here and we had small talk and y'all were bringing up some great stuff. You didn't realize it, but you said something that is very key, something that I always wonder about pastors or ministers. How do you get refueled after you're out here giving out? Because you mentioned you're not just pastoring from the pulpit. Everywhere you go, you're ministering and talking to someone. And Lord forbid a family member say, oh, Ma, I need you to talk to my friend, or Dad, this person's going through. You're constantly giving. How do you get restored?
Well, you want me to go first? I would let lady to go first. I'm old school. But how I get refueled is go to sleep.
Go to sleep.
With
that ministry.
Absolutely. That's how I do it. My wife's sitting here. She'll tell you, I'll sit in the chair and I'm gone. If we sit here a little bit longer, I would have been gone. But that's how I really refuel myself, because in my quiet time, I shut down time to let everything go and just get along with myself, close my eyes, meditate, next thing I'm sleeping. The Lord began to speak to me, and then he refused me in my sleep, in my rest. The Bible tells you got to learn how to rest in the Lord. And that's how I get refueled, because I do a zillion of things, as you know, already, not just in the church, with labor, with the union, with politics and civil rights and all the other stuff that I do 24/7. So but when I sit down and get still and fall asleep, then the Lord began to speak to me and he restores me.
Wow. And yourself, Pastor Crayon?
Well, rarely do I get some rest. I try to get a little rest. Tuesday and Thursdays, I'm on dialysis Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So Tuesday and Thursday, I try to have my husband to take me for a ride. I try to go out. I try to visit some of the newer counties and cities in Atlanta. But what I love to cook, so I get in the kitchen and cook. That kind of relaxes me. And then I just love people, so I'm constantly. I'll read. Reading is a hobby of mine. I get alone sometime with my word, or I get in a book, and I just get in that book and I get absorbed in it, and that gives me a peace. So But the pastor the other night, we went to Rome, and she prayed for us. She said, because you're always caregivers, we're always giving out. So sometimes we just need a refueling. And when I went to that service, the anointing of God just overshadowed us. And she began to pray for my strength. And I thank God for that, because oftentimes we pour out, but we need somebody to pour into us.
Right.
And strengthen us and pray for us. And intercede for us.
That's
and that's what I love. I thank God for my intercessors. I have intercessors all over Ohio. They're interceding for me because they know my condition, but it doesn't stop me. I'm gone all the time. I got my itinerary in this month of April is nonstop.
Yeah, I know. Like she mentioned,
I'll be in North Carolina next week, or week after next.
You don't stop. You mentioned that you're on dialysis, and I know that because I'm family. But you don't stop. You don't stop giving. You don't stop giving. I mean, your time to other people. You just give, and you're constantly on the go. And you're always worried about the next person's feelings. Like that, if you want to inspire to be like anybody, it's you. Like, and that's just because probably because I grew up, I've seen it. Like it makes me smile to see you
It's more
even.
blessed to give than it is to receive.
You are a
And
living testimony of that.
I feel good when I can sow into somebody's life. I feel good when I can help somebody. That makes me feel good. See, a lot of people, they got to have a whole lot of this and a whole lot of that. No. Only 2 things I wanted, and the Lord has blessed me to get it. I wanted a new home and a Jag. So
you got it.
God is good. He provides. You know, He make a way out of no way. And
yes.
So that's all. And I want to go to Paris for lunch, so maybe I'll get there one day. Based
I'm with you. I'm going to Hawaii.
I've been to Hawaii.
I ain't been yet, but I'm going.
Sure, like,
Thank
I
you,
ain't been
Pete.
either one.
Thank you.
John Travolta was that.
All right.
I don't know over there when he went.
All right.
See how
Alaska a
folks
couple
just start
years ago.
talking, they take over your set.
Yeah, well, you know we preachers.
That's right.
Preach on. Yeah, they done just discarded me. You'd have been in Hawaii, I'd have been in Paris. And John Travolta was over there. Okay. So you just gotta get your circle right, because I ain't been to either one of them places. So I ain't with the right people now. I'm gonna have to end up over there.
Well, you asked us how we replace ourselves.
That's right. I'm loving it.
I enjoy traveling.
I am loving it. See, that's the lesson for us young folk, because my generation, all we talk about is grind. I be saying, Lord, I don't want to grind till I die. That's the people be saying that. I don't want to grind till I die, and I do want to go to sleep sometime. I don't want to stay up. Yeah.
Not every city. I want to visit every state before I die, and I visited quite a bit.
Yes, you have.
Over half of them, so I'm working on it.
See, get your circle right. Get you some bishops and pastors in your circle, then you can see the world. So I want to move on to my next topic, and this is the segment that I call Are You Serious? And there are so many things right now that are allowed in the pulpit that it just baffles me. And that's another reason why probably millennials, well, it's fake. We don't want to see that. We don't understand it. You were on the show, your son was on the show earlier. We talked about homosexuality. Mm-hmm. That is actually in the pulpit. The choir directors are in the pulpit. There's cussing in the pulpit. I have heard pastors say every word almost. I mean, a pastor, the church where I went to, he literally said, bitch. Excuse my French. I apologize. He said that from the pulpit. But he was saying it in the context to say his children should not disrespect his wife. She is not a bitch. Still, to hear that come across the pulpit done something to me, and not just me, it was talked about. This is a pretty big church. I would say mega. So like, what do you have to say about those things that go on in the pulpit, that are allowed in the pulpit? And they're not just homosexuality, because there's lying, there's cussing, there's stealing, there's fornication. Everything is allowed now.
It's not supposed to be, and it's not of God. And those persons that saying that they are pastors and what have you, their life is not in Christ, because you cannot portray that. You have to live what you teach and preach.
That is true.
And you cannot, I don't care who you, number one, I don't have a problem with, anybody can come to my church. And I love all God's people. Whether they're transgender or homosexual, I love them. But when they come, I'm going to give them the word of God.
Amen.
I'm going to give them the word, and I'm going to tell them what thus say the Lord. I love you, and I'm praying for you. But I'm not going to turn you away from coming to the house of God.
Good.
I won't turn you away.
Good.
But I'm going to give you the word when you come. And I love them, but I don't let nobody, you have to be saved and sanctified and filled with His Spirit to operate in the house of God. I feel you just can't let anything and everybody come up in your pulpit. I don't allow that.
Yeah.
Because I'm shepherding my people, and my people, I want to present Jesus to them. I'm not perfect, but I strive to overcome everything that's not like the Lord. And I cannot live holy and let everything go down. You don't want me living raggedy and cussing and doing everything else.
That's
and I'm
right.
over there before the people. So I must live holy, walk holy, and present myself godly, so that I can be able to bring those that are lost into salvation.
That is true, and that's true. We hold you guys to a higher standard. You can almost do nothing. Even looking back at Pastor Eddie Lone's life, the way that he was just tormented after the mistake that he made, or alleged, whatever it was, you guys almost can do nothing.
Yes, you're right. Let me say it this way, because I don't have no tact. My wife said I don't have any tact, so I'm gonna try to be tactful.
Oh, I need for you to say something. Let all the, because my filter, I'm being very respectful.
Okay, thank you.
Be real with the people.
I'm gonna be real with the people, because I don't allow anybody in my pulpit. Just like Pastor says, you just can't come up in my pulpit. And if you come up in there, you do something I don't like, I'm going to deal with it then.
That's right.
I don't deal with it later. I deal with it
Right then and
then.
there.
Because I let the people know I ain't with that.
All right.
You know, because sometimes, you know, you don't know people. People will mask themselves one way and then they
Yes.
get up there and they'll do something. But you have to stop it right then. It's like a child. When I was a child, if I did something wrong, my mom would whip me then.
Right
She didn't
then.
wait till later for me to think about why she would whip me. She whipped me right then.
then.
Maybe 2 or 3 times in one day.
Oh.
But yeah, but that was a real thing. but every time I messed up, she gave it to me where I was. And that's what we have to do as pastors. And one thing that I don't appreciate, I really don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate all of these young ladies having all these babies by all these different men and ain't married and shacking. And I talk about that. If you are having kids by, marry them. Even if you have to divorce after you done marry them, at least marry them. You know, at least marry them. You having all these different children. I don't believe in that. I mean, and I don't allow people. And I say it, when I'm christening them, they bring their baby in there and say, christen the baby. And I'm going to tell them, they bring the dad in there and the mom and grandma and say, y'all need to get married. I mean, but see, that's what we have to do is, say, I don't allow that to know anything. I remember some years ago, I got upset, and I'll call the name, Thankful Baptist Church. When I saw Thankful and Reverend Smith have them in the pulpit dancing on songs from each era. They had different groups of people dancing in the church, in the pulpit. I said, in the pulpit, in the church, to draw people? When I said something to one of his mills about it, he said, well, you know, I said, but that ain't of God.
Not, yeah.
If you gonna dance, and I dance. I mean, yeah, I dance. Did you see me come in? I dance.
Right.
I mean, but everybody, you know, dance, but it's a place to do that.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
not the church. You don't dance in the pulpit.
That's right.
You know, you just don't do it. But you're right. We've allowed too much stuff to go in the pulpit, trying to draw people into the church. But you have to be honest now. The Church of God in Christ has always had gay people.
Yes,
They've always
absolutely.
had gay directors. They had musicians. They've always had that.
Yep.
So it's always been out there.
Yep.
But now it's more pronounced,
Yes, it
and people are allowing too much stuff that's
They're
going on.
taking down.
And they are. And they're not doing as much as they should be doing.
Right,
I mean, the reality of it is when it's wrong, it's wrong.
They don't have a
Yes.
standard.
Right
They
is
don't have a
right,
standard.
wrong is wrong.
It
You
is.
got to have a standard.
You do.
And if
Absolutely.
your standard is when people come to you and they know you as an individual, they know you don't tolerate that, they're not going to present it.
That's true.
So
That
you,
is
you
true.
have to have a standard of holiness.
Well, there it is, y'all. We'll be right back after this. Well, we're back and we're getting ready to end it, but they say in all thy getting, get understanding. And I thank you so much to my co-host for helping me to understand some things. I thank you for keeping it real and going there with me. I appreciate that. And I hope that you have appreciated as well. Before I let them go, please tell us your name of your church and address.
My name of my church is Spoken Word Evangelistic Church, and we're at 200B Old Liberty Road, Rica, Georgia, 30180.
All right, and yourself, Bishop?
Name of my church is Liberty International Door of Hope Ministry, 1362 Metropolitan Parkway in Atlanta, Georgia.
Make sure you guys check them out. Go visit them. Yeah, you already know they can preach. You already know that they're touchable. You already know they're going to tell you the word. So go check them out. Now, before you leave, I don't let anybody leave my set without giving my audience a positive nugget. So talk to the people.
I want to say that to reach out to the souls of the millennials, whether you're young or old, just show love, keep it real, and let your light so shine.
All right.
Well, I want to ditto what she just said is learn to love yourself first, not by things, but learn to love you. Then when you learn to love you, then you know that the God is in you, you can love him, then you can love others.
And until next time, we have said something. Bye.